There's an old Buddhist story about a man who visited a Zen master seeking spiritual guidance. Instead of listening, however, the visitor spoke mainly of his own ideas. After a while, the master served him tea. He filled the visitor's cup and then kept pouring as it spilled over onto the table. Surprised, the visitor exclaimed that the cup was full and asked why he kept pouring when nothing more would fit. The master explained that, like the cup, you are already full of your own ideas and opinions, and that you couldn't learn anything until cup was emptied. Needless to say, the same thing happens when our lives are too full of commitments, of clutter, and of all non-essential stuff. We don't have room for new experiences and therefore miss out on chances to develop ourselves and deepen our relationships. Becoming minimalist helps us remedy this. By purging the excess from our homes, our schedules, and our minds, we empty our cups, giving us infinite capacity for life, love, and copious amounts of joy. In a society consumed by debt, greed, and envy, the minimalist approach looks to change the way we think about everything in our lives. We spend our entire lives chasing happiness by chasing our peers, consuming, and collecting goods. However, with depression and anxiety at all-time highs, this trend is clearly not working. That is why this has led to the rapid rise of a new age of living, that is, living simply. The minimalist focuses more on time and presence than on objects. According to minimalism philosophy, happiness does not come from consumption, but that true happiness comes from within. So, spending time creating memorable moments is a much better experience than spending time on a new object. Today in this video, we will see how to shed old habits and begin to live a minimalist life, and how you can change your mindset and begin focusing on what really matters. The first step to becoming a minimalist is shifting our mindset. We need to open our eyes and really evaluate the world around us. When we begin to train ourselves to view the world as a minimalist instead of a consumer, we will begin to notice the way corporations advertise. Large companies create ads to make us feel insignificant and insecure in the hope that their product will fill our needs. When you see this process happening, you can make a conscious effort to realize that you are content with your life, and this product will bring you little to no additional value. Once you have taken this step, you are on your way to practicing a minimalist lifestyle. Once your mindset shifts, you will begin to realize that less is more. Commercials and advertisements will not control your life, as you now understand that creativity and purpose are what define you as a person. Thus, you will no longer get a shopper's high from purchasing new products. Instead, you may actually feel disappointed that you spent money. Minimalism says, shifting your focus from purchasing for pleasure to saving for pleasure is a sign that you are shedding your old consumption habits. When you ignore advertisements and minimize your consumption, there's no reason to long for items, no pressure to buy them, and no stress to pay for them. It's like taking a magic wand and eliminating a host of worries and problems from your life. You no longer care about the IT handbag, the latest car models, or the newest trend in kitchen cabinets. With minimalist living comes freedom. Freedom from debt, from clutter, and from the rat race. Each extraneous thing you eliminate from your life, be it an unused item, unnecessary purchase, or unfulfilling task, feels like a weight lifted from your shoulders. You'll have fewer errands to run and less to shop for, pay for, clean, maintain, and insure. According to minimalism, Such freedom, in turn, affords a fabulous opportunity for self-discovery. When we identify with brands and express ourselves through material items, we lose our sense of who we are. We use consumer goods to project a certain image of ourselves, buying a persona, in essence, to show to the rest of the world. We start to think of ourselves as the guy who wears Gucci, the lady who loves Tiffany, the man who drives a Mercedes. Furthermore, today, we're so busy dealing with stuff, running to and fro, buying this and that we find little time to stop and explore what really makes us tick. Everywhere we turn, we're encouraged to consume by commercials, magazines, billboards, radio, and ads on buses, benches, buildings, bathroom stalls, and even in our schools. That's because traditional media outlets are largely controlled by people who profit when we buy more stuff. When we become minimalist, we strip away all the excess, the brands, the status symbols, the collections, the clutter, to uncover our true selves. We take the time to contemplate who we are, what we find important, and what makes us truly happy. We emerge from our cocoons of consumerism. Most importantly, we redefine ourselves by what we do, how we think, and who we love, rather than what we buy. The benefits that you will experience with the shift to minimalism. First, a reduction in strees. Adopting a minimalist mindset will allow you to free yourself from the chains of society, and many people fail to see how powerful and liberating this experience can be. Stress in our lives comes from many different sources, but almost all of them are tied to consuming objects in one way. So if you can break the chains of consumerism, you can essentially free yourself from stress. Second, more money. One common misconception about people who practice minimalism is that they are poor and can't afford common luxuries. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, many minimalists are wealthier than their consumer counterparts. The book, The Millionaire Next Door, describes this point perfectly. The millionaires that are described in the book are not what you would imagine the typical millionaire to be. Many millionaires live in simple homes, drive cars that have good gas mileage, and fill their homes with only the essentials. Minimalism will let you save money and spend it on what matters most to you. So in a sense, minimalists are both financially and spiritually wealthier than their consumer counterparts. Few of other benefits that you will experience with the shift to minimalism are less pressure, more time, an increased focus on value, not problems, and an increase in creativity. I hope that the advice in this video has inspired you to declutter your home, simplify your life, and live a little more lightly on the earth. It's a message you won't hear very often in our more is better society. In fact, you'll almost always hear the opposite. Don't believe it. We all know that quality of life has nothing to do with consumer goods, and stuff is not a measure of success. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Thanks for watching.